Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP you possibly can from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when judging begins for this minigame. Over in the Gold Saucer then, for week 310, you will notice that the theme is a true Lineninja. Lineninja, yeah, that's what they went with. The individual clues for items include to chains for your helm, true linen, that's where they're getting that meme from, for our chest, suddenly Sarawells for our legs, and our bottom or left ring slot on the right side there, the creator. In this video we have a 100 score and the easiest 80 I have seen in a very long time. There are no need for dies, however we'll put the dies in the comment section when we theorize those a little bit later, but trust me, it's so easy. Alrighty then, as you can see we got a nice solid 100 score, and the way we got this, as we will start from the helm onwards, we went for the bronze chain coif. This is a very easily accessible item in the game. We can talk to the Disciple of War gear section or any of the low-level city-state armor vendors, but Walter's obviously my go-to man in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange in Uldar. And as long as you're level 8, if you go to the first tab, levels 1 to 9 on Disciple of War, you will find yourself the bronze chain coif for 264 gil. It comes in a stunning blood red dye, which you can get rid of, which I will, but you don't have to. You can alternatively to this, as I say, go for the doctors, the mithril, altered mithril, vermilion, cobalt, name it, and if it's a chain coif, it will likely work. There's very little point in me listing every single one in the game, but yeah, that's the easiest one to get of those. So let's move on to the chest. This then puts it a little bit higher level, so the 100 score probably isn't for you if you're a free trial player, or maybe it is, depending on if you want to craft. This is the Nightsteel Mail of Maiming, a level 70, obviously maiming piece of gear. A level 70 craft here, 3-star difficulty. And of course, I went for the maiming one. You might want to go for something else. Of course, the thing to note here is that you could go for the augmented or original Nightsteel armor. This actually includes the armor of fending, as you see here, the mail of maiming. Supposedly the true linen coat of striking will work, as well as the true linen jacket of scouting, aiming, and robes of true linen casting and healing will work. I have not tested those. I only know that the Nightsteel ones will definitely work, but it would make sense considering the clue is true linen. I just have to tell you, I haven't tested them all. For our legs then, obviously with suddenly Sarawells, it's kind of in the name, any Sarawell should technically work. Now, disclaimer, I haven't tested all of them, and it's very unlikely that everyone will test all of them because there's a lot of them in the game. I went for the cheapest, however, which just happened to be from a low-level city-state armor vendor. Once again, I'm obviously at Gwalta here in Uldar. On the Disciple of War tabs, you want to go to levels 10 to 19 and then scroll all the way down to the leggies, and you will find yourself the Cotton Sarawell, which are available to anybody Disciple of War level 14 or above for 326 gil. Again, this is going to be very difficult to beat. There are lots of Sarawell in the game that will work. I personally believe this is the cheapest, so it's the one I obviously went for. Obviously, alternatives to this include stuff like the Holy Rainbow Sarawells, the Vigil Sarawells, the Favnerian Sarawells, and so on and so forth. There are probably more Sarawell items in the game than any other leg piece, so it should be easily findable for you to find one that suits your role. And then finally, over on the right side, on our bottom ring slot or left ring slot, we have, I use the prototype Alexandrian Ring of Slaying. You can use any prototype or normal Alexandrian ring. They're all unlocked. So if you go to Idleshire and exchange over here at Rowena's Center for Cultural Promotion with Sabina at the Parts Exchange, on the Alexandrian tab, if you go to, I don't know, Disciple of War or Magic, it doesn't matter regardless, and go all the way to the bottom, you can see that it will just cost you one of these tarnished Alexandrian bolts. You only need one of those. You actually get up to 2 for a clear of an Alexandrian wing, and as you can see in the footage, it is incredibly easy to actually just go through at level 90 and blitz this boss. Do Eyes of a Creator on normal, unsync it, unrestricted party, either yourself or, of course, with someone else just to speed it up, and go grab yourself a bolt. Once you have one of those bolts, come back to Sabina, exchange for any of the rings. It really doesn't matter what prototype Alexandrian ring you get, regardless of what role you are even, because they're all available to all classes level 60 and above. So I'm just going to get the slaying one, because why not at that point? All in all, the 100 score isn't too bad, actually, and it's already obvious what we're going to do for the easy 80. So when it actually comes to the easiest 80, I dabbled around a little bit, and I found a way of getting an easy 80 without really dealing with too many items. I thought about free trial players more than anything. So first of all, of course, we're going to go for the bronze chain coif. It makes the most sense. Accessible to level 8 on a Disciple of War. Even if you started the game as a free trial character that's a Disciple of Magic, the odds are that you will probably have access to this as well at some point very soon. I mean, you get to level 15 and then you can swap over, right? So level 8, very easy accessible from that low level city-state armor vendor of choice. I chose Gwalta. And then the other thing I actually did, instead of equipping another item, which you totally can do, I decided to get any leg piece in the game that's dyeable and dye that ice blue. Ice blue dye accessible, of course, from any low-level city-state dye merchant such as Nanabe, which just happens to be just a little bit down the road from Gwalta himself in Uldar in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. So ice blue dye on any legs in the game. Bronze chain coif, level 8 is the maximum required. And of course, like I say, the other way of doing this is combining any 2 other items from the 100 earlier. But if you don't want to go for dyes, you can go just literally to the same vendor, buy the bronze chain coif, and then combine that with a cotton Sarawel. Maximum level 14 there, so it went up a little bit because we didn't use a dye. And yeah, there we go, Disciple of War level 14. But I still think that, level 8 with the coif, and then just getting a nice blue dye, probably the best. Very easy this week. Very, very easy. I would definitely do this on all your alts, and if you're a free trial player, you can cheer on that there's nothing too problematic here. Everything from vendors. So there we go. But yeah, nice and easy. Let me know what you think about this one. I'll link in a description to the theory thread on Reddit, where this is theorized each and every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.